Hello students, welcome to BR Ambedkar Open University. Today we are going to discuss MBA first year second semester subject, which is marketing management, and the lesson that we are going to discuss is marketing planning and mix. So marketing planning is such an important topic that lot of students need to focus, because this is a crux of a subject. And let us take off with a small example. Once Alice was going in a forest, and Alice got to a crossroads, which is, what is a crossroads is, there is north, south, east and west. So there was a very intelligent fox that was there. Alice asked the fox, where does all these roads go? What Alice was trying is, where does a north road go, where does a east road go, where does a west road go, and where does a south road go? So then the clever fox said, Alice, where do you want to go? So Alice says, I don't know. Then fox says, if you don't know where you want to go, take any road. So doing any activity without planning is what Alice has faced. First of all, for any activity, planning is important, and such a critical activity like marketing also needs planning. So let us deep dive into the subject. So planning is your navigator in a dynamic world. The world has become very, very dynamic. Marketing environment itself is very, very dynamic, and it is always changing. The only constant in the world is change, and planning is important because planning enables managers to define the future action. A marketing plan is a sort of a blueprint. It is written down, it is documented, it is given to everybody in the organization for achieving strategic goals, and it is also guiding people for. Okay, fine, ఇట్లానే ఉంటాను కదలని ఇంకా స్టార్ట్ చేయనా? So let us look at planning, your navigator in a dynamic market. Marketing environment is very uncertain, it is ever changing. In fact, market environment is a constant change. In fact, a lot of people say the only constant in the world is a change. Then we will look at planning importance. Planning enables managers to define future action, and marketing planning is a blueprint. It is written down, it is taken as a print, and it is there for all the managers, and they will know on a day-to-day basis whether we are achieving a plan or not achieving. Guiding actions, it is a guide for all actions. So it is something which is like a Bhagavad Gita or a Quran or a Bible for the organization. So it also helps us in continuous management, because successful marketing is continuously evolving, continuously planning, continuously implementing, and also continuous control. And control should not be seen as something which is negative, because control makes us become better, and it also gives us a strategic orientation for the company. So like somebody said, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So planning is very, very important. Great marketing starts with great planning. Planning formula is vision plus preparation. The first starting point of any plan is a vision. The vision is the art of seeing what is invisible to others. It is a sort of a dream. So it is a dreaming part by the entrepreneurs, it is a dreaming part by the managers. It is how the organization will change the world, and the dreaming becomes a doing by the mission. The mission is the doing part. How to become a market leader? So the translating of the dream into reality is a mission. Okay, answers, it will answer who, what, how, when. Everyday extension of the vision will be the mission. Let us take some examples. So let us see the vision in action, inspiring examples. When somebody said a man on the moon, people laughed at him. What a ridiculous vision, but somebody made it a reality. The first man landed on the moon in 1969. The Amazon vision, let us see, to be the Earth's most customer centric company, to build a place where people can come and find and discover whatever they might want to buy online. That is a vision. Amazon's mission will become to be the Earth's most customer centric company, which means the Amazon will do anything to retain a customer, and the focus is the customer. IKEA, let us look, IKEA vision, to create a better everyday life for many people. That is their vision. But mission becomes offering a wide range of well designed, functional home furnishing products at prices so low that many people as possible will be able to afford them. So it is not a shop for rich people, it is a shop for middle class. So if you want to buy a sofa at 20,000, you should be able to get it. That is IKEA's mission. So, from vision to reality, what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to set goals. First thing is what is called as vision realization. Realizing a vision requires a step by step planning. It is not simply that I want to put a man on the moon. It is just a vision, but you have to make it into reality. So, planning elements include mission statements, specific objectives, goals, targets, time periods, required resources, and then there are some long term goals, there are some short term goals, and the company needs a compass. Mission and values remain as a compass and map. So, whenever a company has got any doubt, they will have to revisit their mission and vision. So, the marketing plan has got various components. It has got a business vision, so provides vision and direction for the business leaders. The product management, very important, that we need to realize what is our product, how are we going to make it, how are we going to market it, how does it align with our existing products. Then we have a business plan. So, it's part of the marketing plan is a business plan, part of the overall business plan. The customer foundations for what is a market, how do we attract the new prospects, how do we convert them into our customers, after converting how do we retain the customers. Retaining customers is very important. It is not just getting a customer for one time, we will have to retain them for a lifetime. They should become our lifetime customers. At a strategic level, what do we do? At an operational level, what do we do? At a unit level, what do we do? And then we need to set goals. Careful research will have to be done, and we will have to evaluate the goals, and then we need to implement strategies, and then after implementing we need to see whether the results have achieved or not have been achieved. And there is nothing left to chance, because nowadays setting up a company and running it incurs crores of rupees. You cannot leave anything to chance. So, we need a good marketing plan will avoid chances, so that we can avoid costly mistakes, and there is no chance of intuition or we thought like that or somebody thought. There is no longer a gut feeling. You cannot plan to fail, you have to plan to succeed. And it is, remember, it is a dynamic environment, changing rapidly day to day, and nowadays even feedback comes very fast. Earlier companies used to wait for 10-15 days. Now if they don't like, they will go on Facebook, they will go on Instagram, they will go on Twitter and give feedback. So, in this continuously evolving environment, it is very important that we need to plan. If we don't plan, there are very definite chances that the company will fail. So, we need to formalize a marketing plan. Formal implies a structured approach, and what do we mean by a structured approach? It should be written down. A written down statement of the marketing plan that includes products, sales targets, market shares, profits, promotional advertising strategies, pricing, distribution, time scales, and even it is so detailed that even individual responsibilities are mentioned in the marketing plan. And again we are repeating, what is this compelling case for formal planning? Bill Gates in his books says that business at the speed of light. Nowadays things happen very rapidly. So, things move very fast, and a product life cycle of products is now come down to 9 months to 1 year. So, we need to cope with this increasing turbulence at marketplace. Unless you are turbulent, unless you can think on the feet, take decisions on the feet, our products might fail. So, there is also a lot of environmental complexity. The world has become a marketplace, and our competitor is at Hyderabad level, is at Telangana level, is at India level, is at Asia level. China is a competitor, England is a competitor, America. In fact, the world has become a big competition for all of us. Sheer speed of technological change. For example, if the recent Telugu movies, they are no longer competing with Hindi movies, they are competing with English movies. They are competing with world movies. So, unless you plan very well, there is going to be a lot of problem. So, what are the benefits of proper planning? It helps identify competitive advantage. What is competitive advantage is what we can do better than the competition. It forces an organizational approach, and it develops specific goals, ensures consistent relationships, informs, secures resources, gains commitments, and sets objectives. We can set goals, and we can see whether the goals are achieved or not achieved. So, again very quickly let us look at the marketing planning process. It starts with vision and mission. that will give us corporate goals. From corporate goals, marketing goals will evolve. From the marketing goals, we will have to see what are the marketing approaches. We have to assess what is a market, and then we need to do what is called as a SWOT analysis. The company has to see its strength, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. Then we have to tell the entire marketing department what are the expected outcomes, and if the expected outcomes are not coming, what are the alternatives plans. Then we also need to have financial planning, and this after all this implementation, and implementation will be followed by control, and once we go through the control, we can suggest changes for the marketing plan. So what is the link between the marketing plan and business performance? If you have a good marketing plan, excellent companies know how to adapt to a continuously changing marketplace. They practice the art of market oriented strategic planning. Let me give an example. There are a lot of frauds happening in the financial transactions that were taking place between the customers and companies. So nowadays the companies have come through a double security check. What is a double security check is, you need to give a particular password to enter into the app. Once you enter into the app also, whenever we are doing a transaction, the company will send you a OTP, one time password. So this getting into the app by a password and giving a OTP is a double protection for the customer, and this is how the markets, the companies are adapted to a lot of financial fraud. Then they have to plan, and also planning and success. Then if you plan, lot of the difficulties arising due to lack of planning can be taken care of, and good companies always plan for the future. Okay, so survival and success in the future relies on meticulous planning and market preparation. So whenever we are crafting a plan, or whenever we are designing a plan, we have to answer some key questions. What are the key questions? The current situation, we need to ask questions like, where are we now? Okay, current marketing, this will give us current marketing situation analysis. Future objectives will be known as, where do we want to be in the future. So where do we want to be in the future will become the setting of objectives. Strategy creation is, how are we going to get there, which is where do you want to be, and how we want to go there, or how do we want to go to that place is the strategy, that is creating the strategy. And evaluation is, how will we know when we get there. So see, very beautifully it only answers three questions: where do you want to be, how are we going to go there, and how do we know when we have got there or not. So these are the three steps of objective setting, then the creating the strategy, and monitoring and evaluation. Then what are the rewards of good marketing planning? It will reduce risk, it will provide accountability at each level, and can become a competitive advantage which we can use it against the competitors. It is a review of our old habits. Change, we can anticipate change. So because we are anticipating change, we are less vulnerable to whatever damage can happen. It is a proactive response instead of being reactive, and it prepares everybody in the organization for a change, and the decision quality will go up, and we will have less and less bad decisions. So what could happen if you don't do good marketing planning? Nobody has got understanding of objectives, employees get demotivated, there is little use, or they have little market information. Everybody performs in their own way. Marketing thinks separately, finance thinks separately, HR thinks separately, manufacturing thinks separately. So they tend to operate in silos. So no, they should not be operating in silos, they should operate as one team. So it could lead to waste of resources, priorities are not understood, there could be resistance to change, little control over business will also happen, and finally what will happen is, unexpected vulnerability can make our business go to the dogs, or a business might simply collapse. So now let us move to what is called as a marketing mix. What a marketing mix is, it is a group of activities designed to influence buyer behavior. So there are four P's in marketing, which is product, price, place and promotion. So all the four P's, which is product, price, place and promotion, are the elements of the marketing mix which play a very crucial role in planning the marketing activities. So these are the four. First one is the product. So in this, what are the things is, what are the products we have, what are the models, what are the modifications, what are the simplification, what are the new inventions, what are the service, what is a warranty, what is a guarantee. All this will come under product details. Then we have pricing, whether we are going to have skimming price, whether you are going to have penetration price, are we going to price it relate to the competitor, what are the objectives, is it survival, is it profit, is it market share, is it quality of leadership, is it discounts. Then promotion aspects, what are we going to have, advertising, sales promotion, publicity, personal selling, direct marketing, social media marketing, and finally it could be distribution channels, mode of entry, channel members, whether we are going to have wholesalers, dealers, distributors, what are the margins, what are the promotional activities. So how do we actually get to the marketing plan, or how do we do, how does a marketing plan become better is through marketing research. So we need to do the product inquiry, we need to look at what is the target market that we want to attract, what are the unique benefits that our products have that is distinguishing it against the competitors, what is our distribution strategy going to be, how do we identify who are our customers and who are our profitable customers, what is the pricing strategy, how would our price be determined, and what will be our promotional strategy, how do we reach the customers, how do we communicate to the customers, and how do we react if the market changes, how is the current market changing or likely to change. Okay. So marketing plan we have already seen, but let us sum it up again. So it has got an executive summary, it has got goals and objectives, it has got a business description, it has got a customer analysis, it has got a competitor analysis, it has got what are the products and services that we are having, what is going to be a distribution strategy, what is going to be a promotional strategies, what is a pricing strategy, and what is our marketing budget. Okay. So what are the prerequisites for a powerful marketing plan? It is about clarity. So we need to be very clear as exactly what we are going to do. It should be quantifiable. So whatever we want to do, it should be quantifiable as numbers, it should be focused, target customers and segments should clearly be identified, and whatever goals that we are going to set, it should be realistic and it should be achievable, and there should be commitment from each and every department member, and all the implementers should commit and agree to plan that are achievable, and working documents. So it will have documents that guides the campaign throughout the year, and we are also talking about continuous improvement, which is it will question exceptions, it will question everything, but please remember all this is for the betterment of the marketing plan and of the marketing department. So we have already seen this, these are the 4 P's: product, price, place and promotion. So how do this marketing mix and strategy get intertwined? So marketing involves identifying customers, researching needs, analyzing influencers and persuading purchases. Requires a coordinated, considered and realistic strategy using available resources. Planning strategy starts with a detailed market segment investigation, which is nothing but the first P, and then we need to have a game plan, and the game plan will be what is our price, what is our promotion and what is our distribution, which is nothing but our second, third and fourth piece. So to achieve our objectives, we need to have a good marketing mix, which means we should have a good product, we should have a good price, we should know how to promote it, and we should also know how to distribute it. And then marketing mix decisions, which means what are the 4 P decisions that you need to take. So the firm should use the desired ability to reach the what is the target market. The effectiveness will determine which elements are most effective and in which combination. For example, some we could mean very competitive prices, some we can go for a very premium pricing. The strategy should be, the decision should be based on the marketing strategy. We need to collaborate all the 4 P elements, which is nothing but integrated marketing communication, and then it should be a coherent strategy, in a sense that a coherent strategy essential for managers that will involve technological, legislative, corporate and market changes should be adapted. And then nowadays what has happened is, initially when we were studying we had only 4 P's, but the 4 P's were core, but Blooms and Bittner in 1981 extended it to the 7 P's. So instead of 4 P's, we have 3 more P's that are added, because for products 4 P's are okay, but for services we have 3 more new ones which have come in, because services have inherent differences from the product, because services are intangible, which means they cannot be, we cannot touch them, we cannot feel them, you cannot taste them. There are perishable, which means if the services are not used, they will get exhausted. They are heterogeneous, then inseparable. Because of these differences, 3 more P's have been added, which are people, firm's personnel or employees, key to a high contact service. For example, a fast food joint, or whether it could be a hair cutting salon, or it could be a college, or it could be a school, or it could be any of these services, for example flying in a plane. So there the quality of employees become important. So 5th P will become people, and the 6th P will become physical evidence, environment where service is delivered, and tangible facilitator, for example credit card, decor. Customers use tangible clues to assess quality, for example a bank, for example a cinema hall, for example AC hair cutting salon. The physical evidence would be the cleanliness, the air conditioning, the type of dress the hair cutter is wearing. And finally the 7th P is something called as a process. These are the procedures, mechanisms and flow of activities for service acquisition. For example, if you are going for online shopping sites like Amazon or Myntra or whatever, there it is a flow, how fast it is going from one level to another. For service acquisition, usually self-service or full service or whatever, must ensure that customers understand, and the delivery is very, very fast and seamless. So now this is the new 7 P's of the marketing mix. We started with product, price, place and promotion. Then we have people, process and physical evidence. Okay. So now the marketing mix interaction has gone beyond individual P's. So all the marketing mix elements have to interact with each other, because only when they interact each other it will impact and increase of sales and profit. There is advertising impact also. For example, high advertising can reduce price sensibility, allowing for higher prices. So lot of companies might feel that advertising is high cost, but this high cost will see that the customer will also pay higher prices. Example 2, price and quality. High prices are often associated with higher perceived product quality, which means if you are able to make a product at high quality, even if though you are increasing higher material cost, you can have higher price. So this higher price can be justified through a promotion, through advertising. So credit terms effort, tighter credit terms require more selling or advertising effort. So this is another way where if you are giving, let us take less credit, we can convince the customer that we are giving less credit, but our products are actually better, or they will last for a longer period of time. And advertising appeal also, considering other factors like advertising appeal and market structure, we can see that marketing mix elements will interact with each other. And then how does this marketing plan get influenced by external and internal influences? For example, marketing mix interactions will have with non-marketing variables within the firm. For example, the firm could be going through a profit crunch, or there could be going through a sort of a devaluation in the market, in the primary market or in the secondary market. Then they might decrease the promotion. So this is something that the marketing department does not like, but they are forced to do. So, and also sometimes a marketing plan might dictate a particular price to be set, but we cannot set a price by ourselves because we are competitors, and suppose we set a too high a price, our customers might not even end up buying. So marketers cannot set price or quality arbitrarily. We have to depend on whatever the market can take or whatever the market can absorb. Price influences, price is again influenced by productivity, affected by investment in personnel. Sometimes we might want to have more products, but then there could be some problems with our production, then there could be more demand than supply. There could be product quality factors also, again beyond our demand, because we are taking lot of raw material, and product quality is influenced by production reliability and technology, affected by personal R&D investment, some of the raw material also. Finally, what we can say from beyond marketing is marketers must influence this non-marketing variables to reduce costs and produce a higher quality. So, the product mix decisions, we are now coming to what are the product mix decisions. So, how does the product mix decisions happen? Let us look at the dimensions of a portfolio. We also call it a product portfolio. So, the definition is it is a set of all product lines and items that a company offers. There are 4 dimensions. So, one is called as a product width. The product width is a number of different product lines that a company offers. We can also think of it as we can think of a concept called a product length. Product length is a total number of items within a product line, and depth is number of versions. For example, we can have a 50 ml shampoo bottle of let us take chick shampoo. It can have a 100 ml, we can have a black version, we can have a white version, we can have a shampoo version. So, number of versions for each product is called depth. And consistency is how closely product lines are related to each other, end use or production or distribution. So, if you see companies which are in FMCG, all will have very similar product lines, and optimization is what is companies optimize product mix to maximize revenue and leverage production strengths. So, the promotion mix we already have seen, which has got elements like advertising, sales promotion, then we have personal selling, direct marketing, then we have social media marketing. Then the marketing tools include advertising, sales promotion, personal selling. And then the key question should be, what is the right proportion for each tool in the total promotional mix? Will depend again on the target market, again will depend on the type of distribution. Are we looking for intensive distribution? Are we looking for selective distribution? Are we looking for very limited distribution? What are our goals? What are the promotional goals? Is it for maximize return? Is it for increasing customer base? And also allocation. Allocation factors depend on market conditions, feedback, product nature. For example, personal selling is for highly technical, mass media is for daily goods, and there should be a budget flexibility also. Budget allocation must be flexible and adaptable based on real results, and that is about the marketing planning, the very important function, a function where everybody in the organization will come together. It is not only the top management, it is the managers at a strategy level, it is a middle managers, and it is also the line managers who all come together. And in the modern business, marketing planning does not only depend on the company itself, it has got a lot of stakeholders. The market plan also includes very close relation with the financial stakeholders, and also the customers. And all in all, what we would like to say is marketing plan is the most important document, and once a marketing plan is well done, there is almost a 50% chance that your products and services will succeed. Thank you, students. I hope you go through the study material, which has been very well designed. Please go through the study material and then see the tele lesson. You will get this chapter very well, and you will do very well in the exams.